Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. Now only stay with us through this video if you need bright, cheery fun. If you are not in the mood for that, click off now because we are going to get rainbow-y. Very excited about this video. It's a little longer than my normal videos, but I will try my very best to gab through it and have a good time. I'm going to talk a little bit about some fundamentals of the card making process, and then I'll just start blabbering on. Now, I did put on the screen when to skip ahead if you don't want to watch all the coloring. So that was on the screen. I believe it was 9:52. You can skip ahead. But I am going to be coloring up not all of those envelopes, so fear not. You do not have to watch me do that. I'm going to do pretty much one of all the images. And I am going to be using my brand new Ohuhu 120 set brush markers. If you follow my videos, I am not that comfortable with brush markers. I'm a nib gal, and I'm a nib gal. They're all nibs. I'm a bullet nib gal. Let's try that again. I usually color with the bullet nibs, but I wanted to get better at the brushes. And also these are a really good quality marker, so I'm just having a good time with them. I tried to keep the caps in the screen as much as I possibly can. Oh, did you see that little blunder there? I started to go onto the next envelope with the wrong color, but that's okay. Blue is next, and that will cover up. So I'm coloring up in rainbow order, and I'm just going to pick a whole bunch of other different colors for the other images. But these images right here are from a Pink and Main kit called Pentel. And I have tried to put the pressure on Pink and Main to release this set on its own because it is one of my favorite sets of all time. It's just adorable. And it's so lends to what we do in the card making arena. The pen pal and just going back to that snail mail and just how wonderful it is to get a card. And so anyway, maybe we can start a petition. If you're interested, comment below and we'll pressure Pink and Main. Like, I know what goes into that, so I probably should not be doing that. But it's all out of love. We love you, Michelle. Okay, so I'm just going to continue on this coloring process. I was trying to think of something fun or witty to talk about, and to be quite honest with you, it's been a few weeks of roughness. So this is kind of like my joy. I'm bringing myself joy by talking to you right now. I did bring down a glass of wine, so this will probably get more interesting, possibly funnier as we go through this video, but we'll see. So let's see, what's been going on in the life of the Polancos? Well, as everyone is homeschooling their children, we are homeschooling. I wouldn't say it was homeschooling. I think that's a bit of a stretch now since we are officially on distance learning. It's half and half. We'll just go with that, because I'm not writing the curriculum and telling them what to do and how to do it and whatnot. So we're partially homeschooling, partially online distance learning. We are staying in the house, which is not problematic for me because me and AJ were very much homebodies. Like on the normal weekend before quarantine, it would be Sunday and AJ would beg me to stay home with him, us stay home while they go play tennis. So for us, we're kind of like, we're okay. For my husband and Adia, different story. So we're all just trying to figure it out as we go. Let's see. Aside from that, I am working full-time from home, which is actually a lot more work than if I was in the office. I don't know if anyone else out there is teleworking and you are noticing the same system, that it's actually more work. I've never been on so much Zoom prior to this, I only Zoomed on occasion, and now I'm Zooming like 5 times a day. Which I have to say I've grown to really appreciate because I do get to talk to people all day long. So that's really nice. And I'm sort of new on the team. I got there in January, but I was gone a lot. And so for me, it's really nice to at least continue to build up or create relationships with the team, even if it's through Zoom. Not ideal, but what is ideal right now, honestly. yeah, so we're doing that. I've tried to cut myself off from work at a certain time. I don't have a 3-hour commute a day, so that's a thing. That's positive. But I try to cut myself off of work and try to keep a routine with working out. I keep a routine with working out really well, probably 90% of the time. My diet, though, quarantine 15 is definitely going to be creeping up. I have to be honest with you. I mean, I don't like it, but I don't know that I really care right now. There's a lot of other things I care about that are stressing me out that I just kind of have to do what I can do. And so I guess maybe that's what I want to talk about with you all, is doing what you can do. I think there is no playbook. There is no manual for going through this. I talked to my mother the other day, who's in her 70s, and told me, Mary, I've never experienced anything like this in my entire life. So, I mean, there's no right answer to get through this. There just isn't. There is what you can do to maintain your health, to maintain your mental health, your physical health, your resilience, all of that. It's just really, I think we're really getting to know ourselves a lot during this process. I mean, that's something I have definitely picked up on. Just kind of, how do I react to things? How do I respond? How does this make me feel or that make me feel? And so I've had a lot of self-reflection happening over the course of the last month, which has been great. I mean, we always need to be doing that anyway, but now it's just exasperated. Also the feelings, the highs and lows, the roller coaster. I'm on a roller coaster most of the time, just extreme. Okay, we got this. And then extreme, like I'll be up in my room in the fetal position, sucking my thumb. Like it's honestly, that's how I'm kind of, I can't wait for more of an even keel type mood. But until then, I'm just doing my very best. I'm trying to definitely keep calm and not stress out. And I have to do like some things my husband did, because we work down in the office. He put on the little, what is it called, with the oils, like the diffuser. So he put that on, which was nice. Oh, side note, I used to come down here every day and light a candle, and the candles are always like the best smelling thing in the world. And so I put the candle on, and I was doing this for probably months, and it was the best. I would come down, it would smell like a spa down here, right? So then the other day I noticed, I was looking around cleaning, and there's soot staining my furniture. Like, not just wipe off soot, but like I can't get this off. And it's black on a lot of pieces of my furniture. And my craft room, my office down here, is all white furniture. So it's not everywhere, but it's like, well, let's just say it's pretty much right up over where the flame was. So, anyway, I have been banned from using candles in my house. No candles for me. I have to use, so my husband brought down the oil diffuser, and it's nice. It's not the same smell. I think I need to probably put more oils in it, but it's the sound does the job. I don't think you can hear it right now, but it's got that little mist coming out. All right. Anyway, so it's pretty much just do what you can do, share joy with others in the best way that you can. But I also have talked to a lot of different, areas of my life, like different people in different areas of my life. So my high school friends, we've always stayed connected, but now we are like visibly connected. We go on Marco Polo is an app that we use. We go on Zoom once a week, which we had never done before. And one of my friends said, well, yeah, if we were doing Zoom on a Saturday, I wouldn't be home to Zoom with you. I'd be out with my 2 sons and all of their activities. And that got me thinking too. But we've reconnected and we've gotten so much closer over the last month. It's fantastic. I'm actually a part of their life again, and vice versa. So that's been fun. And then talking to just different groups of people that are in my life. Okay, pause. Let's talk about this, what I'm going to do next. Now, I have a bunch of Catherine Puller inks. I have the full set, but I pulled out a red, a yellow, and a blue in different hues. And of course, the last one is going to be pink. There's 2 pinks. Because I got such rave reviews from all of you, like really supportive and encouraging comments on the Save the Crafty YouTuber hop that I did, where I did this ink smushing technique with these Catherine Puller inks. So this is the first, right here, this first mix. I put the colors that I'm using on the screen, and this was the mix I used in the Save the Crafty YouTuber hop very recently. And I really did love the way it turned out. The Catherine Puller inks are amazing for all the things. All the things they do. Like every one of them. I love them. So I pretty much have the full oxide set, a full Catherine Puller set, and some VersaFine Claire, and then the 8, I think it is, of the Atelier inks from Ink on 3. Other than that, I don't have any other inks because I just feel like you don't need all of them. Just find some that, find a brand that you love and just go with it. And, it'll probably do. If you don't have any inks, though, and you're interested, I would highly recommend the Catherine Puller inks. I think they're just incredible for a lot of reasons. And what are those reasons? You're probably like, you're hyping these inks up, Mary, but you're not really giving us anything tangible. Okay, they smush well, obviously. They ink blend. They're water reactive. They stamp like a dream, especially solid images. So they're very inky. What else do they do? You can watercolor with them. And I'm probably missing some features, but they're just really great. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And again, I put the colors on the screen. Now, I thought I would get a little bit more of a extreme difference or a dramatic difference between some of these color combos. I think here I'm getting lighter and lighter, so you can see that. But ultimately, I think if you have a red, a blue, and a yellow, you're going to be able to mix some really pretty colors with those because they are primary. So I said red, blue, and yellow. Yes. Okay. So anyway, I'm just going to go through that. You can watch me do that. And then I'm going to pick out the pieces that I colored in the beginning, plus a couple more, and we're just going to start putting cards together. And that's pretty much it for the card making process. I loved putting together so many cards at once. It was great fun, and it was very, very simple. Okay, so I would say back to my story, but I was just rambling. There is no story. I guess I was just talking about making it through. So if you want to comment below on some of the things that you've discovered about yourself, that would be awesome, because I'm really interested to hear what other people have what epiphanies people have had during this time. We've always said, a prayer at dinner, and this is just what we do as a family. But just sending out love and positive vibes and healing energy to all the people out there. So that's been great. And we've been very specific about it as a family. So that's been wonderful. But aha moments, I would say I realized that I never did like shaking hands. So when the prospect of that comes up, that it will go away, I'm kind of happy about that. I'm not a germaphobe, but I just don't know where your hands have been. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't know where your hands, you don't know where my hands have been. Let's just keep our hands to ourselves. I am a hugger. That is different. If I have a connection with you enough to hug you, then I'm all in. Bring it in. But the handshaking, so that's one epiphany I think I didn't even realize until this process. And then also, I think a grand epiphany for me was the things that you think are important are not. That has crossed over in my life, both through work and through personal life. Those things I thought had more weight in my life, they don't, because when it really matters, when it comes down to it, the health of your family and your friends and the people around you and people in general is what matters. And so I think that has definitely been an epiphany for me. So yeah, lots of self-reflecting and things going on. I did at the beginning of this was like, oh, I'll be home. I'll have so much to do. False. I don't have any time. I have about the same amount of time as I did before, because, work is busy, especially now with the changes we've had to make. Maybe that'll calm down a little bit. Who knows? But I did get around to a couple things on my list, like my taxes. So I've been putting that off. I'm not usually a procrastinator, but when I really am overwhelmed and don't know what to do, I am a procrastinator because I'm like, okay, I guess I'll figure this out when it's the very last minute. Well, taxes have been extended, so yay for us. But I'm so glad that I finally did that because that's a huge weight off my shoulder. So that's been awesome. I also have been meaning to paint the edges of this shelf in front of me so I can put up my LED lights. Finally did that. So, you know, a couple things here and there. And I am doing some card making. So here are my cards. I am going to show you close-ups of all the cards, but I pulled in a couple extra images I had colored up and they were just laying around, so I added them to the cards. The final things I'm going to do for these cards is a little bit of glitter gel in places, a little bit of glossy accents. Nope, not glossy accents. What's the other stuff called? Glaze? Nuvo Glaze. Yep, Nuvo Glaze. And then some Nuvo Dream Drops. Yes, I think I got that right finally. Nuvo Dream Drops are going to be on the cards. And I just let them dry for about an hour and they were good to go. And then I mounted them all on A2 size card bases. And I'm just so excited about these cards. I think these are going to get sent out on Monday. I'm excited about that because I'm trying to bring a little bit of joy. And what is more joyful than rainbows? So I'm going to show you some close-ups here of these cards. I started putting this P in my pictures. It's kind of like, I'm feeling fancy, everybody, because it's kind of like my signature now. Like if you see this on my thumbnail, you'll be like, oh, P for Polanco. So you kind of see that. I don't know if you've ever noticed that about, I always can spot a Laura Basson video because she has her spool of thread. It's like a spool of ribbon that's black and white. And I love that because I can just kind of skim through my thumbnails and kind of tell whose videos are whose. And it just makes it a little bit easier. I don't have to read. But anyway, just trying something new there. Okay, so as I'm nearing the end of this video, I'm realizing there was like 5 other things that I wanted to talk to you about that I never got around to. I did get around to finishing this glass of wine though, just FYI. But I suppose I will save all those other stories and details for the next video. One of them has to do with voiceover work for audiobooks, right? Looking into that. I think that would be so fun. If you think that I should definitely not go down that road, then please comment below. I appreciate the feedback because, you know, I don't want to be that person that shows up like at American Idol and not one of their friends told them, don't go to American Idol. So if you think I shouldn't try that, please let me know. Okay, here's some videos on the screen if you want to check those out. Until next time. And I hope you all are sending out lots of love and energy and healing vibes throughout our entire globe so that we can get through this soon. Take care. Bye-bye.